Okay, guys, what is it with this season and heavy anime? And when I say heavy anime, I mean like stuff that is very complex to talk about, like this Sakurako-san no Ashinito ni wa Hita ga Umatiru, or a corpse is buried under Sakurako's feet. Yeah, and I'm just referring to it as Beautiful Bones because both titles is like hard to pronounce. But let's just talk about this because it's really interesting because it starts out with explaining us that our main character, let me see, Shotaro, he lives in a world where time has stopped, so people don't die of growing old. I don't know if they can die of diseases, but I know they can die because, yeah, the we see in this episode we actually see some people that has died of foul play, but we also see a cat. Let me say it like this: this scene was really, it was like, oh, I didn't need to see that, and that is because I can, I would rather look at a mangled up corpse, and I would most like not, or most likely like, okay, it's not something I like, but I would rather watch that than I would watch a dead cat, and it doesn't even it. We're talking a cat that don't have any damage. It just need to be dead. So basically, oh man, that is. Oof. So yeah, we see this dead cat who has died, and we find out that people in this world they are like not used to death because people don't die of natural causes like growing old. So they pause a bit when they see dead corpses and don't want to get near them. However, and our MC, he would also have been that way if it wasn't because he had met a girl, Sakurako. But yeah, he gets it buried thanks to a girl called Yuriko, who actually are one of the few that acts and not try to like sneak away. And I don't know if she has any importance to this series other than that part. So yeah, I just wanted to mention it. But there was one part that was mentioned that was really interesting because um, when they buried the cat, the teacher he says that that underneath the cherry blossom tree, a corpse is buried as a yeah. And the funny thing, interesting thing here is that when we see Sakura-san for the first time, she stands underneath a, a cherry blossom tree, and also we are getting informed that she don't have any interest in humans. She her only interest is bones of like stuff that has basically no spark of life. She loves it very much, as you can see on the thumbnail. But she shows some interest in our friend Satora. Uh, Satora, yeah. So I wonder, could he be dying at the end, or would that just be too much, or is is uh, is all of them maybe dead and what's called Sakura the only one that is alive? I wonder. But then again, yeah. But as I was saying, we see some people that have died of foul play. That is actually funny because we see two things about Sakurako. She knows a lot of corpses because she found out that she actually, while it's her and Satoru is out digging, and Satoru finds a human head and he reports it to the police. Uh, Sakurako explains that they can't find the murder because see the person was killed 100 years or so ago, and she can see that because there is some I cannot recall what it is. Basically, like a tooth that is starting to rot, and it hasn't been treated, and that is unthinkable today. So yeah, that's how she is. But she still has to go to the police office. But on their way, they are like stopped. They Sakurako stops them at a place where other police officers is investigating what they presume is a double suicide. But Sakurako, looking at the corpse, he can see that it isn't because, first of all, there isn't the white foam in the mouth. The knot is tied wrong, uh, and there's a lot of other things like they don't grab grab in the hairs or anything. So they has been killed already when they was thrown into the water. So yeah, that is I must say it's really interesting. But yeah, she loves bones. She actually tries to smuggle that head she found out of the police office, but she sadly doesn't manage it because of Satoru intervening. And I wonder if this police officer Yamachi he is gonna be playing a big part in this series because it could be because yeah, it's interesting. It's also interesting how they showed the not the how the crime is committed because we don't see the who the murderer is in this episode. I wonder if we will in next episode. But it's interesting how she explains how she knows that the the couple wasn't murdered or what I'm saying that they didn't commit double suicide. It's really interesting. And also, Satoru, uh, Sakurako, she may have some interest in RMC actually, after all, like romantic, because she was actually making a phone call to ensure that when they came home to the mansion where Sakurako lives, that there would be food for RMC. So yeah, I like this series, I must say. It's interesting, but oh man, I don't have space on the front page for it. So, man, I really wonder if I should remove one of the others, or man, like I did with Miss Monochrome because of that the previous review I did. The see the what is it called? I know I have it here. Concrete Revolution. I really, oh man, I love this one. And I must say, it's really interesting. Uh, but how does Sakurako have all this knowledge? I think that's thanks to her uncle, who is well known, or at least the police officer Yamachi. He was like, I think he started under him, as I understood. So yeah, it's really interesting this series. I'm looking forward to seeing the next episode. But there isn't more to say about it unless you want me to basically retell the entire episode, and I don't feel that it's worth it. I feel it's better spent watching it if you haven't already watched it. But I will see you in the next review. So have a good day, good night, wherever you are. Cheers, guys.